But we just
Yeah.
don't worry about that. Don't worry.
I was literally just thinking that in my head when you said that.
In sync.
Yeah.
Sync.
Yep.
The outsider doesn't have this drip, so
No, he does not.
he's rather dripless if anything. So yeah, you guys do see the task team up there, and all the actual past team members look bored. Either because they're just more at attention, like at statuesque, like military style, at attention, or because they're genuinely bored. Or they're lying. They might also be trying to play off this visage of, perfect soldiers and stuff like that, so they're more stoic. It's hard to
also,
tell.
like, quote, unquote,
Actually, no, Della, you got 26. It does look like, for a couple of them, Freddy and Donnie. Well, Freddy does look like he's trying to put on an act of being stoic out in the distance. Whereas Donnie doesn't look... How's this? He looks stoic as well, looks bored, but he's keeping a very attentive eye across the entire arena.
And he looks at you.
He did not look directly at you. If they had their friends active, then maybe, but not right now. But the diplomat himself, Hador, is... How's this? He's looking politely entertained. That's the best way I can describe it. Like, he might genuinely be entertained, but there's definitely like a streamer playing up their reaction, right? Like, he definitely seems a bit more exaggerated.
Oh wow, that was such a good blow. Meanwhile, in his head, it's like, I can do better.
Meanwhile, he's just like, Captain, make it so.
Oh, this sportsmanship, so quaint.
That's not too. Yeah, I think that's a fair approach. For you guys to arrive at for your good diplomat. He's just like, oh, they're fighting up front and personal, not with ranged, poisoned ammunition, pitfall traps, swinging branches of
Dark
spikes,
magic,
controlling the earth to swallow them whole. Oh, I see. How quaint.
How quaint.
How rustic.
How very civil of you.
Exactly, right?
Meanwhile, they're
or what they're doing
not
is
fighting
good.
at all.
Different cultures, am I right? Different cultures.
Okay,
Meanwhile, it's just like, yeah, we should never go to the Frenzy Confederacy. It sounds like everyone out there is playing a min-max build.
Everyone out there is insane.
You want to make a Parisian? Okay, min-max, go.
Min-max fight dirty. Gotcha. What? Understood. But karma.
Have a very fickle whim.
But karma. So, that is what you guys catch.
Hmm.
Whether or not you disseminate that information to your fellows is up to you, of course.
I mean, if they're up there, what? We could not stop them, too. I doubt they're going to do anything.
They wouldn't do anything. And yeah, they
Not this public.
not here.
Now, if they set something up ahead of time, then maybe.
Shut up.
Could I stop saying this out loud?
Yeah, what are you talking about over there?
Nothing.
Crosses her arms, sit back in her chair. I'm trying to relax.
You just imagine like Roma sitting in the back overhearing all this, just being like, "What the fuck?"
What is going on? And then Jen's just like
Should I be
slowly
worried?
stretching himself out. Just focus on the festival. It's quite nice, quite charming, quite fun. Out there, past him, going to do anything.
Hey, how come I can't put a space there?
It's because it's italicized, so it's being a little weird.
Oh, fuck.
No.
There. Wait, no, that part. This is stupid. This is stupid. There's a spare 2 asterisks, but I need that to... Does it just skip?
I guess.
If you put a bracket there, like it's just like, oh, ignore function sort of shit?
Maybe.
No, but because now it's...
Oh my god.
There, okay, I got it.
He's losing it. He's crashing out. He's crashing out.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah, it just puts it there.
Alright.
I doubt they're past team going to do anything.
Yeah.
Not that public, not unless they like set them up ahead of time or anything.
Foreshadowing.
If it was
if you guys have nothing
I would
else to
trust
do-
it. This feels like too quick a reaction.
If you guys have nothing else to do, then the ceremony continues, and
Yeah.
we are off to the joust. Let's go, jousting time!
Oh, Lord, it's jousting time.
Hello, the jousting time.
Oh,
I had a bit more detail here for Alec playing Falk, and because he's a horse girl in real life, but since he's not here, I guess I'll need to go as far into
Kind of
it.
fast forward a little bit.
You go
Nah, that's fine. I will
Jin
say
just wants to make sure the hosts are having a good time.
each knight prospect has their own mount. It is the same mount that they use for the horsemanship competition. As before, the more keen-eyed you would see, like, Vital's is a bit more inured to his continued attempts at being better. But unfortunately, that does mean it has burned out a little bit. A little bit. But compared to, say, Declan or Edwards, like, there's our noble steeds that they are both very, very capable at riding. And that reflects in the scoring, as each knight prospect has a it's not double elimination. Is it double elimination? They face off against two of their peers, right? So because there's an odd number of them, they can't just go in pairs. They have to go 2 and 2 and 2. Some pre-qualifier was had prior to this to determine a fair punching upward and punching downward, so to speak, range. So everyone has a fair shot at earning glory. But some are better than others. Some are keenly better than others. As every knight prospect takes their mantle upon their horses in their respective showdowns, their respective events, of course they have to be dressed, donned with heavier kit, pauldrons, and of course a shield for their jousting. This is where the strength foes are definitely coming to shine. But it is more than a competition of strength to hold the lance or dexterity to aim it properly. It is also a point of wits, a point of keeping your wits about you, a point of holding fast, even as you see the opponent's lance approaching. And for certain competitors, they definitely lean into their lance a bit more, as if actually trying to skewer their opponents. And it's not just Vital. I know you might be thinking, classic Vital. It is more than just him. We have a few knight prospects who this is very much their forte, their call, and they try to, they try to properly showcase that this is their expertise. So, with that in mind, with the shattering of shields, breaking of lances, and things like that, some splinters slivers. Wooden slivers do fly into the audience every now and again, and people catch and hold on to it as a little memento, like the equivalencies of catching a baseball. Here are the scores.
In your eye.
Not in your eye, fortunately. This is why, again, if you guys are in the splash zone, the upfront seats, that's why you have a bit more protection and hopefully danger sense.
Yeah.
So,
Jin's sad that he doesn't get shrapnel.
womp womp womp.
I want a souvenir.
Allow me to take it from the top 3 first, and then I will do your 4 roster if they're not in the top 3, and then the remainder. Scoring first place in the joust is Knight Declan. He is a classical knight, and jousting is a classical sport. And also good for fighting questing beasts. He gains 11 points, putting him to 35.
Hey.
Following after him is his fellow horseman, Edward, gaining 10 points, putting him to 30. And following after those two is, in a bit of a surprise, Knight Jason, gaining 9 points, bringing him from a lowly 15 to a 24. He's catching up.
Okay.
He's catching up.
Getting there.
Now across your lot. Let's start at Seth Ingram. He is not great on a horse, nor is he particularly good with a lance. He still holds his own in the matters of locking eyes with your opponent, which is why he's not dead last. He only gains 3 points.
Man.
Ah, damn. That's rough. He's still being Jason.
Following in similar suit, lacking in Seth's conviction to look at the opponent in the eyes, whilst not being a straight-built or particularly great horseman, is Farron, gaining only 2 points.
Aw.
For fuck's sake.
He'll get a star shine.
Alright, did Edward. He got his 10 points. As for Aubrey, she's an okay horseman, but she definitely lacks a steely gaze, as well as the strength to wield at a lance. She gains 4 points.
That's okay. That's okay.
No,
You can come back from this.
She was at 26, so she's at 30 now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then Edward, this is 30. Edward. Alright. So, going down the remainder of the line, let us go to Kelsey. She gains 8 points, putting her to 20. She's catching up. Vital he's a pretty competent horseman. He definitely doesn't lack in the conviction, but against people that are experts in the field, not as good. He gains 7 points. Already did Declan. Evan gains 8 points. He is a better horseman than Vital. Oh, wait, hold on. I did it again. Fuck. Fuck.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to that number.
Go to the main page. It'll have his old score on there.
Oh shit! You are so smart.
Give her an inspiration.
I'm tapping my forehead. You can't see it, but I'm tapping it.
You know, I will give you an inspiration for that. That's fair. That's fair.
Thank you.
So he was at 16 before. So 16 plus 8 is 20.
Gets recap.
24?
I say Garth.
Oh, okay.
I already have a muffin.
Madeline is not strong. She is a nervous individual. She is not a particularly confident horseman. She gains a singular point.
Madeline, no!
Nyla gains 5 points. She has the grit. She has a bit more strength than some of her other Dex builds, but alas, she's not the best horseman. She gains 5 points. And we already did the remainder. So here is the current standing, with Declan stealing the lead at 35 points. Ooh, boy. Ooh, baby. Edward and Aubrey holding even at 30, and then Vital right on nipping at their fucking heels at 29. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's a pretty close competition. It's a pretty close competition.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good way of showing like the highlights of different people's skill sets. But it's like, oh damn, these people are so far behind. Then it's like, oh shit.
And then Declan on Swiftback steals on the. Let's go! So, following after the joust is the showdown. This is a competition of speed and wit, not in the sense of necessarily keeping your wits about you, although that's certainly included, but also properly aiming without actually aiming, if you get my drift. Aiming from the hip, as opposed to aiming with your eyes.
Ooh, that's gonna be
Competitors are allowed to use crossbows, hand crossbows, guns, of course, but not rifles. Stuff like that.
Imagine Hip drawing a rifle.
That would be quite weird. Or in the case of Farron, he is allowed to use his magic. So, it is similar to the joust in that you're facing off against 2 competitors. 2 competitors which were determined in your qualifiers. But this one does have something that will probably catch your guys' attention, as the rosters are unfurled out as massive banners which have tournament style, this person facing off against this person and this person facing off these weird triangle battles happening. You guys would catch.
Oh no.
One of the showdowns is Vital versus Madeline.
Yeah.
Wait, are they still? No, she's not tied anymore.
He took the lead with the jousting. So, thusly, all of the knight prospects are sent into basically the dugout that is on site. All of them sort of standing by, watching their fellow prospects duel off against each other. It is a competition on fastest draw and as well as most accurate draw. You are aiming at I would say Kevlar. It's not technically Kevlar, but you're aiming at ceramic plates on your opponent, on their sternum. So you're not trying to shoot him in the head. That would be a bit brutal. And the plate will shatter upon getting hit. And they are being monitored to see which one breaks first, as to what point is it broken. So, I mean, you can also just follow the splintering and fragmentation to find out where it broke, but I digress. So, the showdowns happen, but as I said, you guys are probably most keen on seeing what happens for Futile versus Madeline.
I mean,
It's interesting as she nervously walks up and takes her position on one side of this, like fucking showdown, bow wow, like high noon-esque manner, which it is around high noon at this point. The events don't take too long. Some of them certainly longer than others, like CTF, but like showdown, you deadass can just keep rotating people shooting each other. So some of them go pretty fast. As Futile takes his spot and sort of scowls at her through his visor, just staring daggers at her, she nervously takes her spot on the opposite side, 30 paces away style. The officiant, the referee, so to speak, tells them to get ready, take their stances, and you guys could see, no insight roll needed, that as with these seconds, you see Madeline's posture change, going from this nervous energy to a more sure one, a more confident one, similar to when she was doing the marksmanship competition. As soon as she gets her hands near her weapons, she becomes much more assured in herself. Like that, thank you. She locks in. She locks in.
She immediately goes up, oh god, I can't do this too. I will accomplish anything.
It is, of all the bouts, with the exception of Theron and Seth and Jason's competitions, I would say, this is probably the fastest one. As in fastest, as in the both participants are fast as fuck. And the refs definitely need to check to see who struck who first. That being said, as they go about trying to collect data, collect the results, it's a bit clearer to the Knight prospects who the better one was. As both of them draw their pistols, the revolvers, and shoot at each other, Madeline's hits Vitile's first, dead center, pushing him onto the ground.
Let's go.
Proper results need to be collected, of course, but as the officiants rush over to both of them and collect the pieces, you guys do see Madeline walk over to Futile and offer out a hand. And for a moment, the arena grows quiet. For multiple reasons, right? First off, everyone would help Futile in the first place. But secondly, it would be her of all people.
Yeah, good sportsman.
He looks at her, his visor lifted up from the impact. And to the keen-eyed people, or people up close, or you guys do see, for probably the first time in the competition, Futile smile. More of a smirk than a smile. And he does take her hand, and she lifts him up.
Oh,
Let's go.
There's a lot of cheering happenings, but this is D&D, so I just might as well give it a shot, right? If you guys are interested, roll me perception.
I will absolutely throw a perception at this board.
keenly interested.
17 though.
My roll does not show my keenness.
No.
Okay.
No.
19's okay.
We really need that extra D4 today. We're not rolling hot.
I guess
Yeah.
so. You guys are
Boy,
that's
I
quite
downloaded
unfortunate.
3. Oh.
Yeah.
We got favored
good
by the gods
perception mod,
passively,
but-
and goddamn do we
Yeah.
need it.
This is not being used.
I'll say the DC was 16. I'll say the DC was 16.
No,
sorry,
that's
yeah, you got it.
So DC was 15, right? That's what
You
you
got
said?
advantage from Ace. You have advantage from Ace.
It's a
Nice.
base.
Return just in time to roll. Okay.
Let's go.
Perfect timing.
Let's go.
Through all the cheering and the clapping and the applause on these two fine sportsmen, you guys do hear, by virtue of the thaumaturgic amplification of the arena, Futile say something. Well, it's not Futile say something, rather the two of them speaking to each other. You guys would hear Futile mutter with some cheekiness that he is quite surprised. And Madeline, with equal, if not triple the amount of cheekiness, offered to coach him sometime.
Damn, girl!
I love
Oh,
them.
that's funny.
I love them.
You guys see him nod, and he does remark, "I might take you up on that."
Mmm.
Oh god, I love an
Ooh la la.
enemies to lovers trope.
Behind you guys hear Lord Axel and Lady Michaela converse with one another, at seemingly having also heard that. And you guys would hear Lady Michaela say something along the lines of, "Surprising. Is it? I don't think so. And why not?" "You haven't been paying much attention, have you, Lady Michaela? Do you mean today?" "Nay, not today. For the past month." She shakes her head. "I've been busy. As is your due. So enlighten me." How to say? "I've been hearing many things about Futile. His floral display, his floral emanation notwithstanding, he is far from a natural talent. Like Aubrey is. How fitting that the passionate is the natural one." She looks at him like, "You're one to talk, passionate boy." But if looks could kill. But I digress. He is quite the studious one. And he lacks the arrogance of his superiors to turn down such mentoring. For now. Your guys' eavesdropping of eaves is interrupted by the next showdown happening. Just bullets get wrung out, ceramic tiles shattered to very tactile, satisfying feel to the audience. Like, in a way, it hurts your ears, but also in a way, it is satisfying, right? Like choosing to break a plate because you're done with it. Yeah. Plus and minuses. So let's go to the scores. Taking first place is Madeline.
Let's fucking
She
go,
is
baby!
she is determinably the fastest and best at aiming from the hip.
Hell yeah.
Putting her to 34 points. Following after her, by virtue of swift wit and magic power, is Farron, gaining 10 points.
Oh, thank God.
Hey.
Bring him to 30 points.
Got him.
On uprise, like a shooting star, is Jason, who seems very, very proficient in firearms. Certainly when it comes to close quarters, at least. Gaining 9 points, putting him to 23.
These points are getting high.
Across your peoples, Seth Ingram gains 6 points. He is fast. He's just not good with a gun. He gains 6 points, putting him to 28, rather. We did Farron's. Edward, I'm afraid, is not great with firearms. This is not upon a horse, and he is definitely a more slow and steady individual. He gains only a singular point.
Aw, poor guy.
What you gotta do about it?
Aubrey's okay. She's not the best, but she's pretty good. Natural talent, as Lady Michaela put it earlier. She gains 5 points, putting her to 35.
Hey! He's tied.
So, now we put the rest of the points in. Going to Kelsey, who is similarly not fast, although she is a bit more proficient in firearms than Edward. She gains 2 points, putting her to 22. Vital gains 7. Pretty okay showing, putting him at 36. Declan gains 4 points, as firearms are a knightly profession, a knightly craft here in Eulonia. He gains 4 points, putting him to 39. Evan, he is quite proficient with his firearms. Maybe it's not as fast as some of the other ones, but it's still damn good with it. He's quite accurate. He gains 8 points, putting him to 32. Already did Farron's, already did Madeline's. Nyla is very dexterous, and despite having a penchant for blades, she is, how to say this, an analytical duelist, and that seems to be reflected in her showdowns. Thusly, she gains 9 points, putting her to 28.
Yeah, respectable.
Rory did Edward, gaining only 1. Rory did Jason, in which he got 9, and Rory did Aubrey. So this is the new standing, with Knight Declan looking like he's holding pretty sure victory right now. But
Okay, so we need a
Vital
break
has
sneeze.
outlapped Aubrey. Womp womp womp.
No.
And Seth is down there at 28. It feels bad. Feels bad
My sweet boy.
for pretty boy Seth Ingram. That takes us to the second to last competition. That is the melee. It is done in a similar manner as the last two events. There was a pre-qualifier, and all the Knight prospects are to face down two other Knight prospects to accommodate for an uneven count.
Wait, how do you spell melee?
And like exactly like a melee weapon. Technically, there's probably like an accent over it for the event name as opposed to a type of weapon. But sleep, don't care.
That
The
is
grand
beneficial.
melee.
If I know how to spell the word
Melee.
melee in general, how do you spell melee?
MELE.
MELE.
Correct.
Yeah.
That was my nickname at elementary school. Melee.
God.
Sorry. I was doing. Sorry. I was too easy. Too easy to make.
Sorry, strange question.
Sorry, that was a strange thing for me to say. There are a million of us. So,
I almost spat out my tea.
no, the melees are divisive. This is definitely where more freedom is given to the Knight prospects for each of their respective bouts, but that opens up a wide spectrum of people sweeping each other, getting blasted by each other, so on and so forth. The one that definitely draws the most attention to the arena is the showdown between, or my bad, not the showdown, the melee, which is a showdown, but I digress, between Seth and Vital. The two probably more proficient and experienced Knight prospects, with Nyla drawing her own attention, but yeah, people be wondering. It is, in some regards, a reflection of the Capture the Flag event, but this time, no one has any support, which is, yeah, something where everyone is sure Vital will shine in. 1v1 matters. But true to the passion, it's his team session, where they said Seth and Vital are probably even keel with one another in terms of a bout. It gets proven here and now which one of them is the better duelist.
Mhm.
As Seth Ingram gains 11 points, claiming victory over Vital.
Hey, let's go.
It does actually. If you guys are interested, roll me insight. Jin, if you roll with advantage.
Yeah, give me 1 sec.
Unconventional
writing
fighting style
hype
for
in
my
Lonia, perhaps.
notebook.
Give him an edge.
Oh, never mind.
You know, Roma, you're not a combatant, so this
Nah.
people be
She's probably-
fighting.
She's probably too busy screaming her head off, like, "Ah!"
And is that good
Okay.
enough for me? 26 is
I
good
don't
enough. 26 is
Yeah.
good enough.
Okay, fair enough. To Caradoc, you do see that Seth is fighting differently than his earlier bout against Vital and Capture the Flag, but you can't quite place what it is. To Dahlia and Jin, you both get one piece, and Jin, I'll give you a spare. To Dahlia and Jin, you guys see that Seth has adapted some of his fighting style to Vital's, whereas Vital has maintained his fighting style from earlier. Seth took the opportunity then to learn how to deal with him now.
Oh.
Let's go.
Jin, as the Ryugen person of your party, some of his new tactics, his new styles, aren't too foreign, too alien from Ryugen fighting styles. The thing that probably illuminates it to you and Takari immediately is when, in stark contrast to Eulonian's fighting, Seth actually uses his sheath as equivocally a second blade to just parry and block Vital while his actual blade is loose, it's unsheathed, but he's equivalently fighting, quote unquote, two weapons
One hand.
with
Yeah,
two
yeah,
weapons.
He's dual wielding.
He's dual wielding.
How very
He's dual
martial
wielding and he's
artist of
using
him.
what was the blade called? An Ochikatana or
Odachi.
Dachi?
Odachi.
So that, no, that's a
small
long
weapon.
ass sheath. That's a long ass blade and a long ass sheath.
This man has a weapon that's usually a two-hander, and it's like, what if I just hold it in one hand and the sheath in the other, and I win?
Badass.
Yep.
Badass.
Unlike Madeline offering some clemency to Vital, the rivalry between Seth and Vital seems to remain plenty hot. Either because Seth thinks Vital doesn't deserve it, or maybe this is a tough love learning lesson. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But those are your top two. Taking number 3 to no one's particular surprise is Nyla, as she does face off against Jason, who takes his loss a bit rougher than Vital. But you know that's neither here nor there. But allow me to disperse out the scores. So let us start at the top 3. As I said, we have Seth claiming 11 points, bringing him to a solid 39. Vital gets 10 to 46. Woohoo!
Oh, Jesus.
And then Nyla gaining 9 to 37. Not bad. Not bad. We got someone punching to 40 now. Alright, so it's Seth, so going down the rest of the line for your guys' bets. Farron is a support build. He can bolster himself as much as he wants. But at the end of the day, you guys can tell the type of knight he is. He's great as your backup, as your leader, as a tactician, not as your frontline combatant. He gained only 1 point.
He's either all or nothing. I swear to God, it's all or
Surely.
nothing with this man.
Feels mage man. Feels real after hours.
Yeah.
Edward isn't faring much better. He's a good tank. He's not a good DPS. He only gains 2 points. Eee. Sorry. And Aubrey,
Please,
we'll
girl.
use those same insights as before. She's just not comfortable fighting full force against our other knight prospects.
No.
She only gains 3 points.
Oh, you can't hold back.
Aubrey, come on. Come on, lady.
So,
Your race
going
needs more
down the
forward.
remainder of the line, we go to Kelsey, gaining 7 points, putting her to 29. I already did Vital. Declan gains 6 points. It's okay. Put him to 45.
Oh, close.
Evan gains 4 points. He is unfortunately the other person that faces off against Nana. He never gets an opportunity to properly, the range competition is pointless, and his melee, his actual melee martial arts skills are less than Nyla's. So yeah, he only gets 4 points. I rated Farron's. Madeline seems to be gaining a little bit of momentum after vanquishing in a moral way her nemesis Vital. She gains 5 points. We already did Nyla, we already did Edward, and then Jason gets 8 points, which is pretty good. It's like the upper quadrant of points, but wait, did I type in 8?
Yeah, you did.
Fuck, what was the score before?
Was it 33?
I have
Which
a
one?
spreadsheet. I can just open the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm questioning this. Okay, he has 35 points. Wait, no.
Could be better.
Look, he was at 30 before. I think you're right. I think so what'd you say? He was at 30,
I thought it was a 33.
33, so I put him to 41. Nope, not 31, 41. Alright, so this is the lineup. Vital has stolen the lead, with Declan nipping at his heels right behind him, and the other, not Severus, but halfway there, also in the 40 club. Madeline is at 39. So Madeline and Seth are at 39. I'm sure if anyone told her score would be the same as Seth's by, nearly the end, she'd be ecstatic.
Aww.
And then Aubrey's chilling.
Aubrey's chilling. Aubrey, Nyla, Evan, they're all chilling. But it definitely does seem like there are some shortfalls, which is
Feels bad.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Some
The
people
last round and less than 30 points.
Some people are heavy hitters, some people are slow and steadies, but unfortunately tournaments like these do favor the heavy hitters. But you guys still have the floral displays. There was a part of me that's like, what if floral displays were with double points? And I'm like, yes, the classic. All the things you did just now are worthless because you can just score double points at the end. Like, fucking, who lies it anyways?
Here's the thing:
Yeah.
if Vital can't get his floral eminence to work, then he gets so shitty on points. If he gets
That
to
is
work,
the thing. Vital's eminence is literally like a 25% chance for him to do anything, or he loses. Or nothing, Vital! Or nothing! No pressure, boy! No pressure!
Imagine getting to the tournament and not being able to get it up.
I swear this doesn't normally happen.
Oh my god.
Oh, there is a recess in intermission after the melee because it's been like 3 events in a row. So you guys are free to walk around and get chat, do other concessionary stuff, etc., etc., etc. One thing that does get announced before recess happens is Aubrey requests, and the request is granted, to go first.
All right.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
And it does not take an insight roll, especially after seeing her display in the melee. She's trying to boost the proficiency bonus for her fellow contestants before they do their respective events.
Aww.
Clever girl.
It doesn't matter, right? Like, everyone knows her display, so she might as well help.
Flash it.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh my goodness, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
She's
So
just
sweet.
nice.
so adorbs.
She'll
so-
take the L if it helps other people.
Basically.
I love her.
I think she'll if they have like a Mario Party like bonus stars thing, I'm just like, oh, do XYZ. She'd probably get points for just like being
She would
just
get
so
so many-
genuinely sports.
Her and Farron would get so many points for being the
Yeah.
support players.
It's like you
Well,
get pretty
well,
points, but you just
Crash,
help people.
once again, the support players are the among the